The following audio was originally aired on Play by Play on KLEB Radio.
We've got several coaches that'll be joining us today. Chandler Guitros will be joining us at 12:45. Devon Hebert will be joining us at 12:30. That coach's interview is brought to you by Martin's AC and Electric. Brian, you were at the Tank last night. You watched Golden Meadow get the parish championship clinching win, capping an undefeated season. You were there. I was not. What did you see last night?
Well, look, on the boys' side, LCO jumped out quick. A couple of threes by Church again was deadly from the outside. And they looked good. LCO looked good the first half and was always in control of the game. Golden Meadow made a run, I believe, in the third quarter or so, but it was a little bit too late and just too much LCO last night on the boys' side.
So, yeah, good to see, man. Good finish to the year. We're going to have Coach Devon Hebert on the line. He is with the Golden Meadow boys basketball program. He'll be chatting with us, recapping the season a little bit. It was not a championship season for Golden Meadow, but they continued to work hard and got better throughout the course of the year, which is all you could ask. It's play-by-play with our Martin's AC and Electric and State Bank and Trust Company coaches interview with Coach Hebert. We go to the phone lines for the first time today, and we welcome Golden Meadow Middle School boys basketball coach, Coach Devon Hebert, to the program. Coach, good afternoon, sir. How we doing today, brother?
Good afternoon. Happy Friday, man. I'm doing good.
Good to hear it, man. Look, bittersweet last night, man. It was the final game of the season, and I know that for someone who invests as much time and effort and energy into it as you do, it's always tough to kind of say goodbye. Talk to me about the game. Obviously, the result wasn't what you wanted, but then also after the game where you got to address the team and know, hey, man, this is the final time I'm going to be all together with these guys. I'm sure it was pretty tough.
It's very tough. On both sides, there's a lot of kids I've coached over the past few years, all-stars, whether it be travel ball. A lot of those eighth graders in LCO, a lot of those eighth graders there with me tonight in Golden Meadow. Or last night, I should say, sorry. But I coached a lot of those kids in the past few years. So it's a very hard thing to kind of navigate. Obviously, I'm proud of how much I've seen the kids on the opposite side grow. But my end goal is to win on the side that we were on last night. So it's, like you said, bittersweet is the best way to describe it. I think it feels like that every year. And telling those kids, good luck on the next side, it feels good. It always feels good once you leave the locker room because they're going to go do great things, and you hope that you led them in the right direction to do so. But in the moment, it's very tough, especially after a loss. I think that talk might have went a little bit better if we were on the other end of that outcome.
No doubt, buddy. Talk to me about this before we kind of dive into the specifics of the LCO game itself. Are you confident that, as you're, kind of addressing and talking to the kids after the game, is it a bunch of boys that you're pretty confident are going to stick with it and play basketball at South Lafourche? Is that their intent?
There's a few of them I'm 100% confident in. I do believe so. I'm definitely leading them in that direction, and I'm hoping that they grab it. Jacob Davis, 1,000%. The kid has a mind of a warrior. He's definitely going to be going to the next level and participating. If he doesn't, he knows I'll be very upset with him. And a few other of those guys, too. Javen Allen, I think he will take that step. Hayden Guidry, I hope he keeps up basketball. I've been trying to instill that confidence in him. Maddox he plays all the sports, man. Maddox is an athlete, Maddox Vegas. I'm hoping he sticks with basketball and keeps at it, Branson Payran, he's very new to it as well. I'm hoping he keeps at it, too, but for sure. I think Coach Pokey's getting some guys that will go and continue at the next level.
Love to hear it, my friend. Look, talk to me about this. Last night, I wasn't there. Coach Callais was kind of telling me about it a little bit in the last segments of the show. It was a performance where LCO just kind of jumped on you early. You guys were never able to fully get ahead of the chain, so to speak, using a football cliche. And you're just kind of behind the eight ball the entire game. Now, from what Coach tells me, you guys made a run in the third quarter, but never were able to fully catch up. What did you like? What didn't you like there as you guys were, closing out your season?
Yeah, man. Honesty hour. I think what I really didn't like is the energy off the jump. Pregame, I told them I couldn't tell you how much film I've watched on this team we played last night. And the thing that wins them games is they do the little things. Our season motto has been everything matters. And I've been trying to preach that to them because, frankly, when you're doing the little things, the rest will kind of fall into place. Little box outs that we were missing. We weren't collapsing the weak side. We weren't really hustling down the floor. We were letting them get in fast breaks, and that's how a game slowly gets out of reach, right? In the third quarter, our halftime talk and game plan came out really well. They came out in the man-to-man, and I think that really kind of helped us run a lot of our better sets. I find we run really, really good sets off of man-to-man. Kind of climbed back a little bit, jumped into a slight press, but Coach Callais is very correct. It was kind of a little bit too late at that point. We have to play like that all 4 quarters, and that's been the story of the season. Not to say anything negative regarding the kids, I think it's just been a roller coaster of a year, right? We had a few games back, we had that game canceled due to an incident, and I feel like it kind of snowballed from there. So it's hard to pick yourself up after that.
Coach, what was your message to your team at halftime? Because like you mentioned, they came out in the second half and had a little bit more energy.
I really tried to harp on the fact that this is the last time that they will be on a basketball floor, towards the 8th graders at least, in a Golden Meadow Lions jersey. And for the rest of them, it's the last time they'll be on the floor this year in a Golden Meadow Lions jersey. I should say this season. Later in the year, they should be as well. But I really harped on that fact, and I said this isn't how they should go out. I didn't like the fact that we weren't giving as much effort as the opposing team, and I really made that a point. I didn't really change too much in the game plan. I really just tried to fire them up and let them, let some reality hit, let the cold water hit, as some would say.
No doubt, man. Looking forward, obviously you were pretty 8th grade heavy. Most teams are 8th grade heavy. That's just the nature of the beast. An 8th grader is so much more mature than a 6th grader at this level. But what do you have coming back, and what are you excited about? And in the off season, what are some things that you're looking to work on and work with to try to make sure that next season you guys are going to be in contention for the Parish Chase?
Yes, I'm actually super pumped next year, as long as Golden Meadow is gracious enough to have me back, of course. And we have a lot of kids that I'd be really excited to get some work with, my younger guys. Saul Keefe, Ace Alamon, Brock Bruce. That's 3 7th graders. DeMarcus Bourne as well, sorry. That's 4 7th graders. That's the only 7th graders I have on the roster. But those are 4 guys that you're going to hear a lot of next year. I truly believe we're going to put some big-time work in this summer, along with those 6th graders that I see a lot of potential in, and we're going to try and make the best of it and come back next year definitely more ready.
That's awesome, man. Look, man, for you as a coach, you obviously have been doing this for a long time at different levels, but this was the first time that you were handed the keys on the middle school side and said, hey, Devon, go ahead. The floor is yours, man. What did you learn about yourself in the last couple of months? Because I know that's not easy when you go from, hey, being a head coach of an AAU team or whatever, that's one thing. But when you're the head coach of a school ball basketball program, that's a big leap. What did you learn about yourself in the last couple of weeks?
Man, I think I learned that we had talked about this last time, Casey. I think I learned that I beat myself up a little bit too much after some losses. I take it to heart, man. And it's not so much as, I'm disappointed for the kids. I put so much time in because I want to see them succeed. It's not about me succeeding. I think I need to learn to kind of maybe take it on the chin a little bit less. And I've also learned that it's a lot more difficult than you would think when it comes to middle school environments. It's exciting. It's one of the most exciting things to be on the floor for something like that. And I've definitely learned that it's a process, and I'm going to get better. I'm not perfect. I didn't come into the job with a perfect coaching resume, and I think it's only going to get better from here. I think that's with anything. With practice comes perfection, and I've done a lot to prepare myself for this moment. So I think going forward, I'll continue to do so and prepare myself even more year after year. That I'm blessed with having that opportunity.
Amen, brother. Very well said. Hey, man, we thank you so much for the time. Keep up the good work, and I know the season didn't end with you guys holding up the big trophy, but you made the boys better, and that's all you could do, man. So I'm proud of you and the kids, brother.
That's it. Thank you so much, Casey. Thank you, Coach. Y'all have a good Friday.
Yep, you too. That's Coach Devon Hebert. We thank him so much for the time here on Play-by-Play and for the hard work throughout the course of the season. Devon's a good guy, man. He does this for the right reasons. They're already looking forward to, working hard and getting better over the summer and all that good stuff. And, it's crazy. when I was that age, and goodness, I'm aging myself because I was that age a really long time ago now. That was 26, 27 years ago now. But there was no off season. There was, you just go to track, and then after that you have the summer off, and then after that you start football. Now, even at those levels, and this is not a complaint. I think this is a great thing. Now, even at those levels, it's year round. These kids that are the most serious about it will be playing flash over the summer, will be staying on the floor, will be, getting maybe into a little bit of a weight program or whatever it may be. And it used to be, even as much as 2 decades ago when I was involved, basketball season was only during basketball season. Now it is a year-round thing. And frankly, if you're not doing it that way, you're falling behind. So it's good to see that the kids in this area are keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak, and are playing as much as they can.
Yeah, and look, shout out to the school board for letting these coaches have things over the summer, because a lot of times they want to limit middle school athletics, but it's great that they get to work. And you're right, it's a year-round if you want to get better at it. And Devon does a great job with those kids, and you can see he's pouring everything in to these kids. With Jacob Jarrow, Devon Hebert, they do a great job, and they're coaching their kids throughout. They're not worried about officials all the time, and just they're worried about their kids. And it's the first year for them, and they only can get better and better. And the teams are going to be better and better.
Yeah, no doubt.